Brahmachari Tsewang Nurbo Vivek. Brahmachari Tsewang Nurbo Vivek is the founder president of International Fellowship of Buddhist Youth Ladakh, and this was initiated in 2008 with an aim to promote the basic teachings of Buddha to today's youth in an understandable, simple language. And he has renamed his home as Dhamma House. And since 2004, they've been organizing introductory retreats on Vipassana meditation and on basic Buddhism. He also trains and teaches corporate leaders and entrepreneurs in Thailand, Myanmar, Czech Republic, etc. in mindfulness. So, Sri Vivek, religion and spirituality are connected on many levels, although they are not exactly the same. And so, what would you say is the role of religion in spirituality, and how can Buddhism be a catalyst in promoting Ladakh as a spiritual destination?
Most Honorable Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests, most Venerable Sanasana Bhanteji, and Venerable Dojibal, and professors, students. I'm sorry I'm going to mix a little bit of Ladakhi because all the students are Ladakhis only, right? So I feel like all the lectures are being missed by the students somehow. So I hear chit-chatting, maybe they're missing something, so I try to fill that gap. Okay, I think when Venerable Sanasana and Vishuddha were talking, I thought like they said all what I wanted to say. Actually, there's not much difference what Sanasana Bhante said and what I'm going to say. So, but since she wanted us to speak, I'll just continue or add something on what Venerable Sanasana said. For me, Ladakh is very special. And when our Lieutenant Governor and when you were speaking about G20, India, global leading economy and all that, I was very happy. क्योंकि मैंने सोचा जितना ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी बढ़ेगा उतना हमारा बिजनेस चलेगा, क्योंकि हम लोग रिलीजियस लोगों का बिजनेस बहुत बढ़ेगा, जितना इकोनॉमी बढ़ता है उतना ही टेंशन बढ़ता है. So that is what I was thinking, like बढ़ने तो हमारा बिजनेस चलेगा. Like if you look at the people that visit India, not normal people don't visit India. Like, people come in search of spirituality to India. That is what my experience is. So if you see like India में we don't have like New Yorker like skyscrapers and all that. जो New York में है वो देखने के लिए आने की जरूरत नहीं. They have enough of all those. Technology wise they don't have to come to India. But what India has to contribute is the greatest thing that has India contributed to the world is the Buddha and yoga. Today if you look at in the world, if people are seeking solace or peace of mind, they are running after Buddha or they are running after yoga. Now can you imagine yoga has become like top of the town in every town or district or cities around the world today. There is more yoga courses outside India than maybe in India itself. So that is, and if you look at Ladakh, now Ladakh is slowly becoming the hub of meditation and yoga. You see, I've seen some young Ladakhi girls or boys, or some like people from southern India come to Ladakh and do yoga course with a mountain view at the back. It looks much more impressive than doing on a building top or somewhere in a closed environment. It looks much more appealing to do yoga in the mountains, in the Himalayas. And also, if you hear people like who are spiritual seekers, Himalaya plays a very important role because most of the seekers, they go to the Himalayas in search of peace. So if you look at the Westerners who come to Ladakh, normally 90% of the Westerners, what I've seen what they do in Ladakh is they go on trekking to the Himalayas. And sometimes you will see one solo traveler with a backpack walking in the Himalayan mountains alone. Why? They're fed up with this metropolitan city life. It is so congested, artificial lights. And I've been to corporate offices, many places in corporate because I do a lot of corporate training. I've seen their offices are like boxes. Like 1,000 people working in one big hall in like small boxes. Very frustrating, I tell you. My friend was a software engineer. He attempted almost 4 times suicide. Itna pressure dala usko. Okay, so that aspect of development, if we don't balance with spirituality or religion, I think that is not going to work. पैसा है मगर खुशी नहीं है, पैसा एंजॉय करने का हैप्पीनेस नहीं होगा, लाइक माइंड नहीं होगा, then what's the use of your mind? Like, so Ladakh, as I see, when you land, लेह में जैसे लैंड करोगे, we just land above Spitu Monastery, तो ऐसा अच्छा सा लगता है, wow, like एक spiritual destination में आ गए. I have been promoting Ladakh as a spiritual destination, saying that as you come to Ladakh, it is already meditation. Ladakh आओगे तो meditation शुरू. Why? First of all, it is so peaceful, it is so calm, so quiet, and also the air is very clean, the water is very clean, the environment is comparatively clean. So I always tell people, you just come to Ladakh, बस हो गया. मेडिटेशन करने का जरूरत नहीं, योगा करने के लिए लद्दाख ही आ जाओ, बस मेडिटेशन हो ही जाता है. Why? We have a very long history of spirituality, that there is a strong energy of Buddhist teachings around this Himalayas. जहाँ भी देखो स्तूपा दिखाई देता है, prayer flags दिखाई देता है, monasteries दिखाई देता है, monks दिखाई देता है. So whenever you look at the spiritual or religious objects of worship, गुस्सा तो किसी को नहीं आता. देखो स्तूपा है मेरे को नीचे, एक गुम्बा क्या कर रहा है इधर? Whenever you see religious objects, we bow to them. There is some sense of peace of mind automatically. So Ladakh has all of those. Plus, Abhi Governor Sahab was telling that if you want Ladakh to be the spiritual destination of India, we have to do a lot of work. And I tell you what work we need to do. If you look at Ladakh, if you ask any of the students, some of us, you ask yourself, how much do I know about the religious objects of Ladakh? Every day stupa dikhai deta, but do you know the meaning of the stupas? That actually speaks the whole philosophy of life is in one stupa. The whole of spirituality is in that stupa. But if I ask some of our local Ladakhis, do you know the meaning of the stupas? Many of us will say, Suna tha. Something like this, So what we did was, since 2008, we started educating the local Ladakhis about the meaning of the religious objects that you see every day. जैसे prayer flag देखा, क्या मतलब? जैसे गेट एंट्रेंस गेट देखा, उसके बाद 2 डियर्स डाला हुआ, एक व्हील ऑफ लाइफ डाला, धमा चक्का डाला हुआ, वैसे नहीं. एक स्तूपा है, ऐसे ऐसे शेप बन के 2-3 शेप है, ऊपर से ऐसा करके उधर हाफ मून ऐसे कुछ डाला, वैसे नहीं. कभी सोचा? Something like this. So we started educating not only the students but also the elderly people, especially the mothers of Ladakh. So we started organizing a study tour of the monasteries and religious objects where we explain to the people what this painting stands for, what this statue stands for. So now the trend in Ladakh is homestay programs. So both tourists go back a homestay program. And Ladakh में ऐसा हर घर में एक गोपा तो होता ही. In Ladakh and also in India, like in down south India, also in every house we have a small temple. सबके घर में एक छोटा सा मंदिर तो होता है, मैंने देखा है. तो लद्दाख में भी ऐसी है. तो जब when tourists come and stay homestay करते, they also visit the temple. घर का जो गोपा है उसको visit करता है. And if they ask the local Ladakh, अरे ये statue क्या है? तो if someone says पता नहीं है हमारा भगवान है, तो वो appealing नहीं होगा, वो टूरिस्ट के लिए appealing नहीं होगा. If someone asks ये पेंटिंग क्या है, ये है बहुत स्पेशल है, but कैसा स्पेशल है? If you say बहुत स्पेशल है सर, but you don't know how to explain the speciality, तो वो टूरिस्ट सोचेगा यार रखा क्यों है यार, मुझे कुछ सिखा. Recently one of my friends was telling me, यहाँ का आर्मी ऑफिसर उसके पास आया. So they started asking, hey, meditation सिखा सकता है? He said like मैं तो नहीं सिखा सकता, पर हमारा गुरु है जो सिखा सकता है. तो उन्होंने क्या किया, जो गुम्फा के बाहर में व्हील ऑफ लाइफ होता है, डिपेंडेंट ओरिजिनेशन जिसको कहते हैं, उसको एक्सप्लेन किया. And he was so fascinated. Wow, ये तो मैंने कभी पहले सुना ही नहीं था, ऐसा इंटरेस्टिंग है. So अगर लोकल लोग उसको स्टडी करेंगे, if all of us local, especially the students, if you study the meaning of all of this and how these things relate to our daily life, then you can serve and you can attract more tourists. Because please remember, why people travel, do you know that? You might give me all kinds of philosophy, to explore, to learn, this is the most of that. But I tell you, from my experience, most people travel for escaping their present conditions in which they are. छुट्टी पे जाना weekend, like in Western countries, every weekend they go on a holiday. इतना तक कि flight लेके जाते हैं. So people really come in search of some happiness, peace of mind and calmness. वो दुनिया का and Ladakh I tell you has. And also in Ladakh, from 2008 until now, since 2004 until now, I've taken so many tourists to some of the most famous caves in Ladakh, like Fokarzon. Like Fokarzon caves are very famous. शायद most tourists सुना ही नहीं होगा वो caves के बारे में. इतना beautiful caves है and so deep caves, you can go and meditate there. And I've had people whom I took them there for meditation almost every year. I take them. तो किसी ने बोला, as soon as I started sit in this cave and meditate, I remember past lives. तो उसको past life याद है. Somebody told me like I saw you in past life and you were in Atlanta in USA and you had the same name Vivek. Is it possible? So I said, like, you know, इतना peaceful is cave. So if us locals, if we can explore those caves and go meditate there and learn these things, then we can share to the tourists what Ladakh really stands for. Ladakh mein, like, you can bring all these food chains and all those branded things to Ladakh, but more than anything else, किसी एक टूरिस्ट ने बोला ना, लद्दाख मत जाओ. क्या है? नंगा पहाड़ है, कुछ भी नहीं है. जहाँ मिलो को मैगी खाओ, ये खाओ, वो खाओ. And I was feeling so sorry for that tourist. I thought, इतना valuable spiritual essence लद्दाख में है, वो guy did not come across this. उसने सिर्फ नंगा पहाड़ वो ये देख के चले गया और सोचा कुछ भी नहीं है, एक पेड़ भी नहीं. I met many people who are driving from Pangolic motorcycle because I do motorcycle as well. I love motorcycle. So I met some people. बेकार में आया यार, कुछ भी नहीं है, एक पानी तो है और क्या है. And I thought, wow, वो सुबह जाके 6 बजे वो मेडिटेशन करी और लेक के पास इतना एनलाइटनिंग पीस ऑफ माइंड मिलता है. उसको वो सेंस नहीं था, बस देखा पानी है, पानी तो उधर कश्मीर में भी मिलता है, उधर भी मिलता है, क्यों आया हम लोग. He was complaining about why I came to Ladakh. I wasted my time and money. You understand? So ये नता लास्ट पसंद नता स्टूडेंट्स को ना खास करके रिक्वेस्ट नम नता रिलीजियस ऑब्जेक्टिव थोम ना है. क्या समझे? ज़ेर मज़ेरा ज़ेर नम तीतर की समझ से कम जन्मे की ना मता शेषर जन सेलवार होगा. जब तक थोड़ी सी मर्जी ना नता चला. So practice if you want money. Tourism brings money, money, right? If you want money, you educate yourself about Buddhism. You educate about your religious objects, then you explain. They'll be very happy. कुछ होके tips दे देगा, मजा आएगा, you know. So that is well, jokes apart, you know. What I'm trying to say is we have so much to offer to the world, and from my experience, meditating in some other parts of the world vis-a-vis meditating in Ladakh, there's a huge difference. There's a huge difference. I practice Tai Chi, you know, and I had one scientist from NASA. He came and he was practicing Tai Chi in Ladakh. So, ऐसे कर रहे थे. So he told me, wow, Vivek, there is so much energy here, so much chi here. You know, let me give you some chi. बोल के मुझे उसने ऐसे करके, you know, he touched me with his hand like this. And I thought, yes, he's right. There's so much of spiritual energy here. But are we able to tap those energy? Do we practice meditation to tap those energy? Can we share those energy with others? ये मेरे मन में आया. So that is for me. I travel around the world. I teach. अभी जब कोको कोला का ब्रांड की बात करता है, कोको कोला CEO is my student only. वो आता है और मैं देखता हूँ. When I look at him, I feel like ऐसे देखने में तो इतना handsome, much more handsome than I am. मैं तो काम नहीं हूँ. But anyway, वो इतना handsome, travel और इतना professional दिखता है. But when it comes to me, वो खुश नहीं. And Ladakh में भी अभी recently, within these 3 months, 4 to 5 people have committed suicide in Ladakh. और लद्दाख इतना spiritual place होते हुए भी अगर कोई लोग इतना suicide करता तो कौन आएगा लद्दाख? आप खुद सोचो. So that is why we need to balance. We Ladakhis need to balance our spiritual and material well-being so that we can be an example for the whole of India and for the whole world that अगर life में develop करना है तो develop both the spiritual and your material well-being together. If it is not balanced, if it is merely spiritual, you won't have enough money to survive. But if you have only money, but you don't have spirituality, you will not be happy. So this is what I've seen from most of the corporate sectors in the world. I've trained a lot of corporate leaders and I've seen
They have money, they have beautiful houses, they have much more better cars than we do, but no peace of mind at all. But Ladakhis is the opposite. We don't have much, but comparatively, we are much more peaceful people. Why? Because though we don't understand much of the religious objects or the spiritual part, but yet it is in our blood. क्योंकि माँ बाप जैसे बचपन में बोलते रहते हैं दीपावली के नोके फलाने नोके इसके अपने चीजें छप्पू मैंने छप्पू और दुकाना ज़रे दोनों so we have that sense in our blood. So that part is there already. But if you want to enrich and empower yourself so that you can share with others, then we need to do much more than what we are doing right now. Thank you very much.